Hi everyone, I am Sanjay. Coming into the evident and research which we have done here in the AN model, let's go into this. The basic research which we have done is aqueous humor in the liquid which is present in your hide is directly proportional to the blood glucose level. So, based on the aqueous humor, we are trying to predict the blood glucose level. So, aqueous humor produces a pressure called intraocular pressure, which occurs in your iris structure. So, that causes the structural changes in the crypts and ridges of your iris. So based upon the patterns of the crypts and ridges, we are trying to break the blood glucose level. So you can see here, based upon the patterns of the crypts and ridges, which we in your iris structure, we are trying to produce. So aqueous humor always occurs here. So based on that, there will be some pressure called intraocular pressure, which compress your eye or make some structural changes in your iris. So you can see that crypts and ridges. So based on the structural changes, we are trying to build. We have like two basic model behind this. So first one is image processing. So where we have proposed a GAN-based architecture to crop your iris structure. You can see that once we uploaded the image of our eye, so we are trying to take only the iris chamber. So which we are seeing in your image. So we are trying to crop the iris structural pattern inside this. So for this, you can see we are using GAN-based one. So why we are trying to use GAN is like, so every time we are taking eye image in different light condition. So to tackle this problem, we are cropping only the structural black and white image of your eye. So based on that, we are trying to pass it into our deep learning model. So this is the basic deep learning model which we have used. So we have used a CNN based architecture. So which we have trained use 50 data which we collected from all over the neighborhood. So these we collected data like different timestamp like based on the fasting condition. So we collected data from all over the internet and we did some augmentation to improve our data sample. So based on that, we are trying to pass into our CNN based architecture. So we got accuracy of 94%. Basic model which we have trained as of now in the short period of time, we got accuracy of 94%. So this is the accuracy which we got in the validation set. So val loss is like pretty less compared to other methods. So this is the pattern which we have applied and we got. So right now it is being patched. So future plan which we have. So we have another feature called Nutri Glucose Check where you can simply upload an image of your fridge or refrigerator based upon the ingredients which you have and the sugar level. We are trying to produce like meal plans according to it is also based on food recommendation according to their blood glucose level. This plan right now we are trying to do is 156 per month. It is a subscription based art, so pretty low compared to other methods like buying optical. So based on this, you can take blood glucose level anytime, everywhere. So this is a pretty good model to come across, and the total value of the market is 8 billion. So it is approximately equal to 9 billion, which we calculated using the 400 billion diabetes patient all across the world, and the retention rate it is also pretty good. So once they get used to this method, they can be easily adapted, and the scalability and growth is also pretty good compared to this is because it is a simple mobile application where they can easily adopt this and integrate into our daily life. The future plan of our application retinopathy is different. So what that typically means, like it is a serious condition of diabetes. So it starts affects your eye, and so based on and diabetes retinopathy, we have 4 stages proliferate. Based on that, so it may lead to the blindness of your eye. So for identifying diabetes retinopathy, we are trying to predict the blood glucose level rather than classifying it as diabetes retinopathy or not. So we are trying to predict the blood glucose level. So it is a series type 2, type 3 stage compared to this. So
which type you are focusing on? Which type of diabetes?
Type 1 and type
1? Type. Okay, fine. How many data sets you have used?
50 data.
650 data. Any ratios on training and validation?
80-20.
Why?
So we are trying to, since we have low data, we want to train our model with more data to get pretty good accuracy. So that we try set it out at 80-20 principle.
Why it has not been validated?
We want to validate because we have to test it in the real world so that our accuracy pretty good, so that we can adapt to the real world scenario.
A few minutes back, you gave a demo. And for your friend, it shows about 79 point something mg. And the person who is really having a high diabetes shows only 80. I know what would be the
maybe due to different light conditions. So this is the problem we are facing right now. So we are trying to. So that's why we have used image processing technique like GAN to get accurately the iris structure. This is the problem right now we have. So since it is in initial stage, we are trying to optimize. Main target customer which we are right now is like the person who having diabetes. So and we are also partnering with hospitals to integrate this and test it out in real time. So right now our like target segment is like persons having diabetes. So we are also now targeting partnering with hospitals and clinics to integrate our solution into real time to test it out how it actually works. So since this is a research based project, still we are trying to optimize, improve further. So we have approached 3 different doctors to propose our solution, and right now we are doing improving our model and collaborating with them to improve.
Which doctor authenticated?
We have used like my friend's neighbor doctor is called Haravind. So we have approached, proposed a solution. He also said like may work out, so test it in real time. So that's why we are collaborating.
Do you know that the same process is being followed in Arvind Eye Hospital? The hospital which are in remote places will be connecting the doctor direct to a video call, the same process for validation. And proper authentication is required until Government Doctor Association approve this idea, or some doctor says that I have validated this, can be taken forward. If you have this, you can take this forward. Someone has to authenticate it. If I'm not well, it is not suggested or encouraged to go directly into a medical shop and buy your medicine. It is always prescribed to go to doctors directly and check what is the real cause. Someone has to validate. Only the expert has to validate. Sharingla. So you have to look into that.
So we have used 2 different models. One is called GAN-based models for image processing. So once we crop the image of the iris, so we are trying to take the correct exact image of the iris inside your structure. So for that we are using cropping and using image analysis to take that structural image, and based on that we are also changing some parameters to include only the iris structure. That we are using GAN, and once that is structural image we got, we are processing that into a deep learning model, CNN based architecture. So based on that, we are trying to predict it. So as of I started, my grandmother has diabetes. Every time she used to go to nearby hospital, and she used to wait in queue, and she used to fast like morning fully to take diabetes test. So what if I thought of what we had a mobile device which we can easily take blood glucose level every time in anywhere in situation. So that's why this main inspiration is. And it is like much cheaper, and the traditional method which we are using is like costly, and the glucometer, if you want to buy it and keep it in house, it is also costly. And more than that, every time you have to buy the strip, and the cost of strip is like 25 rupees per strip, and if you buy it in group, and it is also
Okay.
right now Google is doing this for diabetes retinopathy, but so that is the later stage of the diabetes. So right now they are focusing on diabetes retinopathy. So we thought of doing this before. Why can't we? This is like a research projects. So right now we are in initial stage. So we don't know exact reason why didn't other companies actually do this. I think there are some research going on to this. So when we started, we studied a lot of research paper on this. So there are some research going on this. Still, no application yet come out. But there is some application to the later stage of diabetes.